Hello, this is Simon Klein from TradeSmart on the 15th of April 2018. Welcome to this week's episode of Where is the Dollar Going Next? And what you see before you is a dollar index on the daily chart wound back to the end of the previous week. We said last week, based on the larger time frames, that the highest probability scenario was that the dollar were to move to the downside, at least to this level of demand below. So let's take a look at how the market played out last week. So on Monday, the market moved down, going slightly below this demand zone, making the odds very high that the dollar would move down to this demand zone below. So on Tuesday, the market continued to move down, and on Wednesday, the market moved down to this demand zone and then bounced to the upside. And on Thursday, the market moved right back up to this demand becomes supply zone. And on Friday, we kind of stabilized here, closing just below this supply zone. So the question is this: what are the odds of where the dollar is likely to go next this week? So based on this time frame, so long as we remain below this supply zone, then it's most likely we're going to go down to this demand zone again. And if we are to be able to break this demand zone, then it's likely we'll go to the demand zone below. If on the other hand, the market's able to move above and close above this supply zone, then it's likely we're going to move back to the top of the base. And if we're able to move above the top of the base, then we're likely to continue moving to the upside. So let's take a look at the weekly chart. And I know we've been saying very similar every week now, but the market is moving sideways, so there's not really much to say unless we're ready to break out one way or the other, which it doesn't look like it's likely to do quite yet. So if we look at this time frame, again, we're going to say the same as what we've said in previous weeks. If we go above and close above the top of this weekly base, then we're likely to move to the supply zone above. If not, we're likely to move down to the bottom of the base, and if we break below the bottom of the base and close below the bottom of the base, then the market's likely to continue moving lower. And if we take a look at the monthly chart, as we've said again in previous weeks, we're still in a downtrend moving to the downside, and the odds at the moment are that if we don't hold this demand zone, then we're likely to continue moving to the downside. But if we do hold this demand zone and maybe go above the top of this bar over here, then we're likely to retrace up to this supply zone above. So these are the odds of where the dollar is likely to go next this week. What I'd like to do now is point your attention to a free webinar happening on Monday the 16th of April at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself and 3 other professional traders will be discussing the future movements of the S&P 500. So I'll leave a link below this video, whether you're watching on my YouTube channel or on my blog, where you can sign up for this free webinar. That's all for now. This is Simon Klein from TradeSmart. If you like this video, hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe at the end. Wishing you the best of luck with your trading this week.